Welcome to Unit 2.1.8. Today we're going to be working through some problems to solve for x. Make sure that as you're going through the slide deck, you try the slide before you take a look at the answers. So always pause the video, do your work, and then come back for checking in or extra help. Today we're going to continue to simplify, and then we're going to start to solve. So thinking through the problems, how can you simplify? How can you get x alone? Is there more than one way to solve? Absolutely. And is there always a solution is something we're going to work on tomorrow together. Your learning target for today is I can simplify expressions using legal moves. First, let's think about what we did last week and go through that one more time. Taking a look at this slide, it's easy to see that we end up where x can't be simplified, and then we have a 6 over here. So in order to understand if x is greater than 6, it would depend on what the value of x was. If x was 6 or less, then it would be the right side that would be greater. If x was greater than 6, then the left side would be greater. And there's a point where they're equal, and that would be x is equal to 6. And that's kind of where we're headed today. We're going to practice one more time, writing it all down. So again, this is our OG expression. I'm going to do a little simplification here. The first thing I'm going to do is combine like terms. The left expression is going to stay exactly the same. I'm just going to rewrite it down here. The right expression, I'm going to combine the 3 and the -1 to get 2, and then leave everything else the same. The next thing I'm going to do is going to be distribute. We used to call that flipping. So x plus 1 stays, the 1 becomes -1, and the -2x becomes a positive. I have 2 plus x, the x becomes negative, and then the 4 is going to become positive. I'm going to combine like terms again to try to simplify. You can see that the 1's are going to go away, and the x's here are going to combine to be 3x. Again, these are going to go away, and these two are going to combine to get 6. So again, we are at this point where we have 3x, and we're wondering which side is greater, and 6. So that's where we're headed next. So solving for x, we're going to show all of our work. We're going to move step by step. I'm going to show you how to do it, and we're going to check. Ready? Let's go. First problem, I like to draw the line down. You do not have to, but that's what I like to do. We're going to eliminate the plus 7, so we're going to add the opposite. And you have to add on both sides. First rule of algebra. You can do whatever you'd like as long as you do it on both sides. This is your dedicated 0. And then we have 2 plus 7, which is 9. Once you get to this point, you have to divide by what we call the coefficient of x. You show that by making a fraction, never by writing the division symbol. You end up with x is equal to 3. And that's awesome, but you have to prove all of your work. And in order to prove your work, you check it. You always go back to the original equation. Even if you've changed it, you go back to the original. You substitute in the value that you just found. You write everything down, and you go step by step. As you can see, I'm going step by step. When you get to the point where it works, you put a check mark. That is complete. Moving on, let's try it again. In this case, the first thing that you're going to do is combine like terms straight across like this. So I'm going to end up with 1 plus x, and that's going to be equal to 2x minus 5. At this point, I'm going to start moving things, so I do my division line, my divider line rather. The first thing I'm going to end up doing is moving my x's. I'm going to subtract x from the left and subtract it from the right. Then I'm going to end up, that's my dedicated 0. I have 1 is equal to x minus 5. I need to move the 5 by adding the opposite, plus 5. And that leaves me with 6 is equal to x, which is lovely, but I have to check it to make sure. So I have 1 plus 2 times 6 minus 6 is equal to 6 minus 5 plus 6. 1 plus 12 minus 6. I always finish one side and then move to the other. It's kind of nice to know where you want to go. So then I have 1 plus 6, and I already know that I did it right. Let's try it again. This time, the first thing I'm going to do is actually distribute that negative straight through Don't forget to go to the second term. So I have 3 plus 2x minus x minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 6. Then I'm going to combine my like terms, both of them. I have on the left side 2, and then I have plus x, and that's going to equal 3x minus 6. I'm going to subtract x from each side, which leaves me with 2, there's our dedicated 0, and 2x minus 6. Now I'm going to add 6 to each side, so I end up with 8 is equal to 2x, divide by the coefficient of x, and I get 4 is equal to x, which again is great, but I have to be able to prove that out. So here's my check. 3 plus 2 times 4 minus 4 plus 1, I'm going to run out of room, equals 3 times 4 plus, excuse me, I have to erase that, minus 6. There we go. So I have 3 plus 8 minus 5. And I'm going to finish this. So 8 and 3 is 11 minus 5. So hopefully I end up with 6 on the other side. We'll see. 12 minus 6, and I will get 6. Done. I did forget to take this slide out of the slide deck, so don't worry about this. There is in the modules, so you're going to go to modules and R&P out there that just has a couple of questions just to see if you can solve without me. Should only take you a couple minutes and you can submit it. I hope you had a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.